Aiden Glave. I'm from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. I grew up there with my brother, my aunt, my mom, my nana. We're just a small family. And now I'm in Ottawa studying psychology and linguistics at University of Ottawa. In grade 9, when I got to high school, like any other kid who wants to fit in with the crowd type thing, I just started vaping as a social interaction with people. It was everybody had one. It was very readily available, and it made social interaction smooth. And I didn't really realize the effects I was having on myself. So I did it all the way throughout high school. When I got to university, I started to realize that this is going to have a bigger impact on me throughout my entire life. And I decided to start speaking up against it because nobody else will. And it's just not good to see the state that people my age are in my opinion. When you're vaping outside in cold air and you get popcorn lung, it's when you get little air sacs in your lung. And that freaks me out because you can't breathe after that, and you need a ventilator to live. And I don't think that's what any of us want. And probably one of the least talked about but very noticeable one is just it makes you unbelievably short of breath. It's almost like you have wet lung or something, and it's just you can't run as fast. You don't have the stamina that you used to have. Feeding for nicotine is just not good for anybody. So I've had asthma my entire life, so vaping with asthma was never a good thing. But at the point that I'm at now, I don't use my puffer as much. I can play sports, do whatever I want for a prolonged period of time without having to take breaks. And it is honestly, you don't realize the effect it's having on you until you let it go, because it's not only the physiological side of it, it's the whole mental addiction side of vaping that really makes it hard. And once you get over that, you start to realize that you're proud of yourself. Most people, I feel, get into vaping because they want to be social and they just see it at parties type thing. And if I were to say anything to somebody who is thinking about trying it or somebody who wants to get off of it, it would be to stop vaping or don't start. The addiction is not worth the battle. It's not that you don't realize how detrimental it's going to be at first. And then once you're 6 months, a year into it, and your nicotine content starts going higher and higher, it is a vicious circle, and it's very hard to get out of without a lot of help and admitting self-defeat. One, inform yourself on the issue that is at hand. Don't go into the conversation not knowing the points, the pros, the cons, even though there aren't really any pros. Don't approach this nicotine addiction with no prior information, because it really is something that is very, very detrimental to people. And it's not only yourself. I mean, you can be a 16-year-old, and if your mom sees you vaping, I'm sure you're not proud, and she won't be proud. It is not a hobby that's worth it.